I got a Red Fox joke for you guys.
Red Fox, okay.
Red Fox. So
Yeah, he was good.
he said, so these days, people are eating good. You know, there's they're they're eating uh uh less terrible foods. No fried foods, no gravy, and they're exercising because they wanna live. They wanna live a long time. But they end up in the hospital bed, dying from nothing, looking like a fool.
Yeah, there's that. There's that.
So I thought it was funny that you mentioned that. It's one of my favorite jokes.
Okay, I remember that one.
I gotta love Red Fox. He was the
He
best.
did some great stand-up too. Really blew material. Some of his stuff, not the stuff he did on TV at all.
No, totally different. Yeah.
Red Fox or Buddy Hackett was like that too. This dirtiest comedian ever. You never saw that on TV, but
He has a vagina taco joke too.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that one. I don't know if I
Oh,
lost
yeah.
it.
He's like, hey, yeah. So I went down south and I had a taco. He's like, you guys know what a taco is? It looks like this, and he folds his hands. No, I said no, turn sideways. It looks like this. It's full of meat, and it's got hair around it.
Oh my God! I did not realize he's the one that I used to do that all the time. And then you take your tongue and you curl it up.
Oh,
Roger, you will be editing this later, so
no.
this is not going to be in the final, I hope.
Yeah, I'll edit it.
We don't need YouTube taking us down for remove all the political and naughty.
Yeah. I told these people ahead of time that you were a devout Buddhist, but apparently it means nothing to them. Sorry.
You didn't tell me that.
I don't care.
Oh, sorry.
Roger,
Diva.
haven't told me
You
anything.
did not tell me that.
Diva, sorry.
I'm not super devout, but devout enough. I keep 5 precepts, but that's about it. Really.
There you go.
I did tell him that, like, you're one of the coolest people to talk to.
Well, thank you. You're pretty cool yourself, Roger. This is a very cool group that we've gotten together here tonight. Actually,
I really, I mean, I selected these guys handpicked. Mark was the last edition, and I was debating on even asking him because he's so freaking.
Well, we did have that talk, but we all decided, we'll let Mark in, kind of.
Because I usually Mark doesn't like to talk about weird stuff. Mark Edworthy.
Edworthy. Why do I keep wanting to call him Edborough?
Well, you call him whatever you want. He's from England.
Mark Edinburgh.
Hey, I'm also from England.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, I mean, it's not.
Well,
I guess I gotta behave. He gets frustrated with me when I.
He's the Harrison of this group, right? Okay. You don't have against him too, do you?
I'll point out my various conversations with people like Mr. Robot.
Yeah. My whole job in life is to antagonize Mark Edworthy.
A noble goal, I guess.
Me and Mark's been working together for like 2 years, dude, and like
3 years must be now.
Yeah,
Oh, it's got
3 actually. Yeah, it's 3.
Yeah, 3.
Wow.
Please.
God. And all the time, dude, I have. If I'm not antagonizing him about something, he's using his British snobbery to freaking annoy the hell out of me, and he knows how to do it too, dude. He hits me in the freaking nuts with his Britishness.
Oh, Roger, just remind yourself of the revolution. Who won?
I know.
Just think about Washington and Cornwallis.
You know what really gets Mark mad at me? It's when I turn around and I tell him that America is the greatest nation that was ever formed.
Remember, Britain ruled the biggest empire in the world.
See,
Genghis Khan had a pretty big one, but
he's worse than the South of Rise again, guys.
Yeah. When I tell him that the United States was the best or the greatest nation that was ever created ever in history, he just gets so crazy. See, he started.
He could point out that it was founded by the British, though. So
yeah. Remember, we created the U.S.
I would have to say no. It was the Scottish that created the U.S.
But that
Okay, Britain created the US.
Yes.
Yes, it was It was Britain. Yeah, but it was done through the Freemasons.
Well,
So
you know what? My woman, she's Polish, and guess what?
oh,
She hates the hell out of you people. We're talking about racist?
English people or Americans? Or all
No,
English people?
Russians.
Anglo-Saxons.
well, he's not.
Russian.
Well, I'm not.
Huh?
He's
not
not
a
Russian. He's from.
You're not Russian?
No, he's from.
Where the hell are you from?
I'm from
Huh?
Lithuania, which is Eastern Europe. Yes,
Oh.
next to Russia, but
It's Lithuania. He's Lithuanian.
Okay, she'll feel better about that then.
well, I have to say that I don't have a beef with Russians.
Well, she was like, "How can you do a show with a Russian spy? He's just there to spy on me." I'm like, "Oh my
my.
god, really?
Oh,
It's
wow.
really now? Is that how you feel?"
That's kind of cool, actually. I'm not going to lie.
That's cool.
Like, you want to play the role of the bad boy? All right.
Everybody wants to be a bad boy, dude. That's why I'm.
Hey, but is my accent sound Russian?
Well, somebody mentioned you being Russian on the last show.
No, I was picking on him. That's what it was. And me and
Oh,
me and
okay.
Jiva, we have like a really dry humor together.
And my current roommate, her father
Right.
is my current roommate. She's her father was ex-CIA, so she hates Russians to the point it's
Yeah.
just racist.
I get it. I dealt with that all my life.
Well,
The-
I'm
the-
not Russian, or I'm not racist towards Russians.
I traveled across Europe, and I know like all kinds of intricacies when it comes to Russians, Polish, Germans, English, French.
Mhm.
Oh man, it's just a shit show.
Well, don't get me started on the French, okay? Like, I mean,
Oh yeah.
especially Canadian French. I mean, like, you gotta. Well, I mean, anybody who's French actually, because like eating horses has to stop. Okay, just
Oh man.
cut and dry. It's like,
Wow.
you know.
Did he just pull out the equivalent of you need to stop eating fried chicken and watermelon?
Call them out just like that. Holy-
No, I mean, dude, watermelon and
Please
fried
tell me we're
chicken.
recording.
Yeah, we are. But listen, like fried chicken and watermelons is fine. I'm talking about horses, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Have you ever watched the Horse Whisperers?
Horse whisperer.
Okay,
It's a-
like these animals are like actually the closest relationship next to dogs that we have, dude. And like people are running around and eating them, dude. I mean, you know, come on, that's got to stop, dude. Seriously.
Well, how do you know dogs aren't tasty?
Well, I mean, that's what I was getting ready to say. Like, isn't it bad enough they're like eating dogs in China? You know, and then you get freaking like the horse eaters of France and
Eastern Europeans, put the horse down. Black people, put down the chicken.
Mhm.
Chinese, put down the dog.
Okay, so
Well, what about Americans? What the hell?
that's just fast food. They're doing like they're doing clone freaking meat and Campbell's now
Oh,
too.
man.
So
Oh,
It is-
yeah.
It tastes
been doing that.
awful, by the way. I don't know. I tried the what's it called? The burger. Something basically a burger from the fake meat basically. It's I don't know, it just tastes like plastic to me. It's
Well, actually, you know what? I had some of the vegan meat.
well, vegan meat is a little bit different.
Surprisingly delicious.
Yeah.
I was blown away.
Yeah, some vegan foods are really good. I'm not going to lie.
But Yeah, so, but you know why it's like Kentucky Fried Chicken went to KFC Chicken? Why they have to change their name?
No.
Because they're no longer using real chickens; they're using cloned chicken meat. So it has to be
Okay.
KFC. They can't
Let me-
claim chicken.
Let me check this in my spy book.
Yeah.
Got it.
This is gonna
Gathering intelligence.
be. You can call it intelligence if you want, but I don't.
For my comrades.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Very, very careful, so people are gonna take you very seriously.
It was like last night on the Roku show. I told him, like, if you want to find out if a woman is really a woman or a man, just punch her in the throat.
Wow. And you were upset of me throwing garlic at gypsies, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so
I was like, we're back here again, Roger. punching
yeah, okay,
women.
hold on a minute.
Because, I mean, we've all taken a gal home and woken up and just to find out it's not a gal. There's no reason to beat yourself up.
Oh, it happened to me
Over.
multiple times. That's fine.
Those are the good times. What do you
You
got?
just make a cup of coffee and go home.
All right.
Oh, man.
And
All
don't
right.
talk about it with anyone.
Now I'm covering my ass this time too, so this is going on my 24/7 live stream as well. So just so you guys know, even though I'm hitting pause, it's still being recorded on live stream for.
Well, you just got to switch gears for your OnlyFans.
Well, they don't like it whenever I talk intellectual. They just want to see some. They want the action. You know what I mean. They're devils. Those women.
You can do OnlyFans exclusive.
Hey, there you
I'm
go.
pretty sure you got a technique that you like to share with the world. You got your own stroke.
Well, I don't share it with the world at all. Like that. It's my top secret.
Ah,
You
your
know.
top secret technique.
That's right.
Forbidden Jutsu.
Yeah. So
For junk science, though, what about period blood? Does that attract sharks? Oh yeah, sure, Andre, it does.
well, I mean,
I fix it up.
if
Fact
you.
checkers.
Yeah.
If you look at like the stuff that's been coming out here lately, you can clearly tell that AI is dropping the ball huge. Okay, because
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I've been putting some pretty controversial stuff out since they handed it all over to AI, and before, like AI, the interview I did with you, that got knocked off of YouTube quick as shit. That was
Oh really?
yeah, I had to end up putting it on
Rumble or something?
locals.
Do they? What's in the note? Do they explain themselves? I doubt it, but
Well, see, V, he's got an interesting story. Okay, like
Uh-oh.
he gets into like talking about minerals that are introduced into your body where they can track you. Okay.
Yeah.
And YouTube doesn't like hearing that stuff. They don't.
Oh.
They have an issue with people putting out what they consider false medical, whatever they call that shit.
Hey man, hey, that's here what you call my TikTok dance, man. It goes like this right here. It goes like that. TikTok dance, man. Hey, look at him. Hey, y'all look back over here, what they call Livonia, man. Hey, Livonia Speedway. We gonna be doing cow racing, man. Cow racing at the Livonia Speedway, right back over here, man. Hey, doggone, man. Hey, I done got richified, got me a Mercedes truck and everything, man. Hey, y'all look over here. Hey, right up here. Hey, that's where we're at, man. We up here in Livonia, Georgia, man. Hey, Livonia, Georgia. And we here at the Speedway, and we're going to go in there and talk to them folks about doing cow racing, man. Hey, we already doing cow racing down in Orangeburg, South Carolina, and I got me a bunch of cows that I got from Virginia and Kentucky, and we crossbred them and everything else, man. Hey, but y'all stay tuned. I'll tell y'all where and when. Hey, here's the end of the video. Bye.
No, just ask you a question to see if you're hypnotized right now as we're speaking. You guys want to do it or not?
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay. Atlantis. What does Atlantis warn us about?
Hubris.
Yes, Icarus.
Yes, they
They
dared
fly too
to
high.
go against the. Yeah, exactly. They angered the gods.
But that also implies, again, you're stopping one's ascension or apotheosis, evolution, if you will.
The popular answer for that is imbalance leading to destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Yes.
yeah, hubris.
Okay, now next one is the world tree. What does it demonstrate?
Well, that mighty trees from tiny acorns grow. Well, it was an ash tree, but
Now,
I'm sorry, repeat that one more time.
the world tree. What does it demonstrate?
Mm.
what does it demonstrate?
Yeah, what does it demonstrate?
Hmm.
It demonstrates structure of
Yeah.
maintained order.
Fractal universe. Let me go back to that.
organic structure that grows naturally and arises from the ends. If you ever watch a tree grow,
You have the roots, you have the
Possibilities.
trunk, the crown of harmony.
Mhm.
Okay, together they embody descent versus ascent, collapse versus connection, imbalance versus integration. Okay, now when harmony with the greater forces of the cosmos is broken, the center can't hold, and descent into chaos follows. That's what it represents right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when you look at these freaking archetypes like the world tree, and you look at freaking Atlantis, which is completely fictional, you're saying, oh, that's just make believe. That's just hogwash or whatever you want to say about it, right? That's what you want to say, but in reality, they actually mean something.
me and my buddy went up to Mount Shasta to look for the secret underground city.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
that's cool.
Yeah, we got in some trouble there because my friend is from like the Pacific Northwest in Alaska. So as far as he's concerned, you just camp wherever there's woods. I tried to, or go wherever you want. I'm like, look, this is all private property. He's like, there's no signs. I'm like, you don't need to have a sign. It's all this is owned by people. And he was always like, oh, turn off here. I think this little road will take us up to the mountain. I'm like, oh, all right. So we keep cutting through people's yards and, their fields and stuff. And one time we cut over towards the hill, and then we took this road, and he's like insisting. I'm like, all right. It looked like a big road. Well, it went deeper and deeper into this farm. It basically petered out, and we kept going. And finally we turned around, came back 5 minutes later, and the farmer had closed the gate on us. So we both walked over to the farmer, who was like, I don't know, a couple of furlongs away working. And he stopped and looked at us. And there's me that looks like me. You've all seen pictures of me. I basically look like an old hippie. And Gen X, though. I'm not a boomer. And and my friend, who was at that time still ordained as a Buddhist monk, so he's in the full Buddhist monk robes. So he has this old hippie and a Buddhist monk walking across the field, and he just looked at us. And I said, I do apologize, sir, but we inadvertently did this. We got lost. Can we please get out? He didn't say a word. He just walked back with us, opened the gate, stood and looked at us as we drove out, and then locked the gate again behind us. That was very weird. But
That's
that was
actually cool. And well, like yesterday, I told you guys about what happened to my dad's car, right? It literally blew up in the driveway.
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you weren't on. But I think I told Jiva that, didn't I?
No, you didn't.
Oh, well. Anyhow, that's what basically happened. And my what happened was we had to use a charger to charge the battery up to get it going. So we had it sitting overnight on this slow charger overnight, and then we took it off there. My nephew came over, started it up. It was running. He turned it off, gave the keys back to my dad, and left. 20 minutes later, we heard a boom, and I stepped outside the car, and the hood is freaking on fire, literally on fire.
Whoa. All right.
We didn't have a fire extinguisher or anything here. First thing popped in my head, which was a bad decision, is I was going to run to the bathroom, grab a bucket, fill it with water, and pour it on there.
Yeah.
And I actually made it to the bathroom, started filling it up, and then I was like, hold on, dude. I can't do that. Like, water and a motor just does not mix when a fire's on it, you know what I mean? So I went back to the front door. This fire had gotten bigger by the time I got back there. And the engine rod literally shot out of the front and hit the ground right in front of the truck that was parked in front of it.
Whoa.
Yeah. And at that point, I knew, because my dad was like maybe 30 feet away from all this in the front room or the kitchen. And I'm like, we got to get you out of here. So he's in a wheelchair. I wheeled him to the back door, and by the time I got him to the back door, freaking fire department or the police were there first, and then they freaking helped him into the alleyway. And the fire department got there just as the flame had made it to the stairway to the freaking house. It would have literally burned the house down if they would have showed up just a minute later. Okay.
Holy damn.
Now that trauma messed me up so much that when the police asked for my dad's date of birth, I couldn't even remember it. Okay. Now I was able to function enough to freaking pull the garbage cans away from the freaking the area and get them out of the way. But during this whole time, even though my mind was telling me that this car could freaking explode at any moment, I was still doing it. You know what I mean? It was like, so that was weird. You know what I mean? Thank goodness the freaking, cause it's one of these LeSabres and it has a battery in the back seat. But
Oh wow.
You know.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
the fire was at the front of the car, and thank goodness it didn't make it to the freaking gas tank. Because if it hit that gas tank, it would have been done. And that this whole house would have blew up. And that was a weird experience. That was probably one of the strangest days I've ever had. You know.
Yeah, I bet.
And this is coming like maybe a week after my mom's funeral. You know, so
Yeah, that's not a great timing.
yeah, you know, so I had a lot of this stuff. Like I was telling Nancy yesterday, I feel like I'm freaking cursed, you know, and it's a mental thing, you know what I mean? It really does
And then
distort.
the things with your computer. Yeah, you're having a bad week.
Yeah, it's interesting that this stuff is happening, you know what I mean? If I was superstitious, I wouldn't be on here talking to you right now. You're not.
Well, I think it's fascinating because I don't want this to turn into ancient aliens, but there's some ufologists out there who do talk about aliens, and they talk about the different races and how they view humanity. There's one guy who says there's a specific race who they're not malicious towards us. They just don't like us because we smell terrible, and not a physical smell, but a psychic smell. Psychically, we smell terrible.
have you guys read the book Alchemist?
Just
No.
named
Just
Alchemist.
Alchemist?
Yeah, Alchemist.
That's
It's
that's
one of the most fantastic books I ever read.
Okay. Well,
So
no,
basically,
Uh-huh.
the main point, and there's a religion debate, philosophical debate. The main character has in it with himself, right? He's put in the situation, basically, which whatever. The main point is that he realizes that it's not the heaven that he should seek, and it's not even the knowledge, the alchemy, the promised gold, right? It's not his to keep. It's how should I put it? It's for the benefit of all. That's the main purpose of life. That's what gives you joy. That's what gives meaning to your life. Is giving something to everybody, not just yourself, and understanding that fact. What I mean by that, for example, let's say, I don't know, let's take Einstein, for example, right? He gave humanity a massive advance in science, a massive understanding in the way the nature works, right? He gave something to humanity, and now he's long dead, but he's still remembered, and probably will be long remembered after that. And there's many people like him throughout the history, and those people in our minds are not dead. So that's their paradise. They live their life to give something not only to themselves but to all of us, and for that they got paradise. They are kept in our minds. I hope that makes sense.
So
Well, then religion will come back, and it's kind of creeping in.
it will come back in the form of some sort of government worship, which I absolutely am terrified by that. It'll be some form of alien worship, whatever psyop they want to put on us. Yeah, and science will be there to look as though it were magic, and yeah, religion will come back. Very astute.
Science can't study them well because they actually seem to be intelligent. There's an intelligence there that avoids being studied. But he studied what happened to people. And his theory is that this whole phenomenon is a way of causing massive change in the human population. And the way you do this is the people that have these encounters are the people who are very often in a liminal state in our society. They don't have a lot of authority or power. They don't have a lot of social prestige. No one's going to listen to them. If they do speak out, they're ridiculed. So they're forced into underground. And he observed what happens to these people over time. One interesting thing is that these UFO events are often tied to other paranormal events that are usually ignored by the mainstream ufologists. They want nuts and bolt saucers. So if someone has a UFO encounter, that's great. But if they also have phantom cats show up, or poltergeist phenomena, or weird hauntings, they don't want to hear that. So that tends to get played down. But I remember this one very big incident in Pennsylvania happened a few decades ago, and I saw an interview unredacted with one of the investigators. And yeah, there was a saucer and there was a Bigfoot at the same time sighted. But then he said this guy had other encounters with giant cats, just all kinds of weird. He had like sudden outbursts of mania, and then would have religious visions and things. So there seems to be something that's affecting the human mind on a basic level. And he says these people, they tend to, they will often form little cults or groups. They receive teachings. It's like an alternate social organization. And there's evidence that at least one group that Vale investigated, this is the Raelians. You might have heard of them. They're very famous because their emblem is a Star of David with a swastika in the middle. They just wanted attention. And they have a huge, their main temple is in Israel, which is very interesting. But apparently they get along fine with the Israeli government. and they're very
Where
pro-tech,
is
and
this site?
the Raelians, I'm not sure exactly. I'm pretty sure they have a big. You can look them up. Rael. Rael was the name of their founder, but anyway, apparently, according to Valet, who talked to some people he knew in the French government, the whole thing was an experiment, just a psychological experiment to see what you could do with a UFO cult. And to be fair, this is a UFO cult where they sit around in hot tubs shipping champagne. They're not aesthetic at all. But it's just that, anyway, Valet's idea is that you would naturally contact people that wouldn't have any kind of social power, because that's not how you make these long-term changes in the society at the very grassroots level. So all these UFO contacts, like if you think about the messages that were being given to people, like in the 50s during the big saucer contactee craze, way before the psychotronic, I mean, they were working on it, but they didn't have the ability to do all this. It was always messages about universal brotherhood, peace, not using nuclear weapons in our own atmosphere, which is like, don't foul your own nest. Who the hell would want to have a nuclear explosion? You know where the safest place for thermonuclear activity to happen? 93 million miles away, where the sun. That's how we evolved. That's how far away we should be from
Absolutely. I have had a theory for a very long time that. So we talked about the brainwashing, the mind control, the psychotronic mind experiments, right? And there's the electromagnetic communications, psychotronic, or what they call synthetic telepathy, sort of situations where someone can be told that they're a prophet of God, right? Or or they can talk to their dead parents, or they can. So you have these people, right? And they're manipulated, and on a level of, again, just following what you said, you're kind of creating your own cults. So it's not a what if; it is a proven formula, because my theory is that the same technology that's being used on us, more likely given to our government by these said aliens who have been using it on us for years. They might just be passing the torch. You know, all these miracles that happens when someone yells out the name of a god and they can hear the voice of God in their head. This goes way back to antiquity.
Well, yeah. I kind of tend to look at it as these intelligence agencies and scientists notice that this is going on, and they're trying to get in on it, but it's something a lot older. But if you also look at history, occultists and magicians were the people that were, today we have ufologists. Back
the priest
then,
class, the priesthood.
Right.
Right.
And they, so it's a sort of thing where, at least from Valet's point of view, the governments don't know as much as they want you to think they know either. They're just as much in the dark as us, but they've got better technology. And like you talk about reverse engineering, they observe these effects and they want to recreate these effects. As to any direct contact between human governments and non-human governments, that's another kettle of fish. Which, again, I there's a lot of questions there, but I mean, it seems to me that with some of the people we've had, especially like if Harry Truman actually had access to stuff like that, there would be no Soviet Union. I mean, so on the other hand, there is the thought, well, how well could they handle that technology? I mean, there's a lot of ways to argue it.
Absolutely.
But I still tend to think of it as the government's more or less trying to play catch up with something they don't really understand that well either, but they're able to replicate some of the effects. One interesting thing I saw was, why do these things have to come from outer space? The oceans are vast. Why do these have to be technological ships? Maybe they're life forms, or at least some sort of a biologically natural thing, as natural as a shell on a crustacean, right? That can zip around. There's a lot of the Earth we have no idea what's here. We could be coexisting with another race,
like the Jinn,
or possibly. I mean, there was a wonderful book called The Secret Commonwealth, written back in the 1600s, I believe, and it talked about the secret commonwealth of these beings that live under the earth and all around it, but that people were still interacting with in the Scottish Highlands. It was written by a guy named Reverend Kirk. Interestingly enough, I can remember that name. So yeah.
Well, now you're teetering on the edge of demonology.
So we've been having an interesting conversation. Like, what do you and Mark think about all this so far? Are we crazy?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you kind of have to be.
Now, I told you when I started talking, I was like, this stuff for me, man, is so out there that even people who are into paranormal stuff and ufology and everything, they freaking they think I'm crazy about it. But this is, and you can do all the research you want. And I guarantee you, there isn't nothing that I've just said to you guys that's pseudoscience.
Okay,
well,
it's want to talk about pseudoscience. Let's talk about something that happened to me years ago, and I want to say this is around the time where I was being targeted. When I first was being targeted, the dumb NSA idiots kept hacking my computers. Right, so I'm learning more about computer security and all that stuff. But one day I got forced into, and now don't ask me how, got forced into watching a video on YouTube, and it starts up like just red pilling me. It's like, okay, first off, there's no God, there's aliens, the government has technology that's 50 years in front of everybody else's, and it just started going down the line of the stuff, and then I was gonna go and share it. I was gonna share the video. I had to get up from the computer and walk away for a minute, but I was gonna sit down and share it. The video's gone. Wow. It was uploaded to YouTube for the full duration of that I watched it, and then it went away. It was deleted. Gone. Poof. It wasn't in my history, which I kept a history log. In my browser, I keep my history. So it was not.
I have watched YouTube videos where the creator deleted them while I was watching, and I could finish, but then it was gone. So
it's gone.
It sounds like they waited until you were watching. It's like, okay, we did our job.
Well, but the thing is, I kept having to refresh my page because I had sucky internet.
Right.
So it's not going to do that if they delete it, it's not going to refresh.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's not the important part of the story. But the point is, it was just like, okay, here's something top secret. Boop. This message will self-destruct, and it felt like an Inspector Gadget kind of moment there.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was I'm sorry. Go ahead.
it is actually interesting about the ancient stuff. The drawings on the caves, like with the weird looking, like almost saucer-like things.
Oh yeah.
Weird creatures like
antennas.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Now I was
You
trying
blew
to
my mind, dude.
no, I was trying to stay away from the DMT. Don't like
Just the psilocybin, man, not the hard stuff.
I know Jiva gets all upset when people start talking about drugs and stuff, so I didn't want to mention the DMT.
Why? Why?
And so that again, okay. So the long run, the long game. Okay, I'm wrapping this back around because you guys don't know my history, but I'm the NSA's like #1 hated person. So I've been through all the stuff that I'm telling you about. That when you become targeted, there are no more coincidences. Things just get set up. Hyper game. Boom, 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 boom. So I'm pretty much most read person on military psychological operations, and I'm telling you, this is the kind of things that they also want you to think about as well. And if you have a shared experience, and let's say shared abuse. That's that's part of the MK Ultra program. That's part of that societal control. That's
Right.
that social engineering, right? So yeah, we gotta understand and really look at our experiences and see what they really relate to. If you're gonna glean any kind of meaning from anything, I mean, we have some big questions on this show, but yeah, I think the thing is just question your reality.
Mm.
You know, and you'll get the most amazing answers, right?
When you get into UFOs and stuff, you guys are right. There's cult groups of ufologists. Okay.
Oh yeah.
There's people that love to do the research, boots on the ground. They want to document the landings. They want to have the footage of UFOs in the sky. And that's all the proof that we have. But then you have people who have created cults who try to create stories that are myths. And that's because they have this myth generator where they freaking want to create false narratives because they don't want to accept what the actual evidence is. You know what I mean?
They want an explanation.
Right.
Like we were saying earlier, people want and it's nice if you have like something you can say, the Galactic Council told me this.
Mm-hmm.
And then the answer kind of deal.
Well, I told these guys already, or I told Mark about the Federation of or what was the Galactic Federation of Proctology.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the intergalactic proctological accords or something.
Yeah.
This is an actual group, right?
Yes.
No, it's kind of an in joke. Although I do know some people in UFO cults and things. I could probably get a couple on next week.
Wow.
Truth can be stranger than fiction. You never know.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
I
That's true.
actually knew a dedicated Scientologist.
Uh-huh.
It was fascinating, to say the least.
The president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin.
Everything we do,
But a little bit of that denial, it might be important. We're talking about it like it's a bad thing. Roger
but can
may
you
wake
get
up
away
one
from
day.
it?
Well, I mean, would you want to? I mean,
I would. Yeah, sure, I would.
well, let me give you an example. So, Roger may wake up one day, be like, I have a huge penis. And I'm going to go out, I'm going to go get me a really hot chick. He has that confidence and he goes out and gets a hot chick. But even though he's only working with 2 inches.
But he would probably have some success just because of the confidence factor.
Yes, exactly.
They got pills out now.
I'll try to bust your balls.
Don't
I guess those are too big.
Don't be touching my balls, man.
And girls don't like cowards. They can smell. If a woman smells fear on a man, oh yeah, he's not worth procreating with. Yeah, no, you gotta control what you put out there. So just like what I was saying with the confidence thing, you can bag the best of the best and only have 2 inches, but you got to pretend like you got 9.
Well, women pick up on that too. Like they know, like men exaggerate. That's the thing, and like that's a turn off as well. Like Roseanne actually said it best. She said, "Freaking only a man can take and compare 10 inches to a freaking mile."
Then knock again. Like you knew I'd open. Come in. No. Closer. Don't stand there like a good idea you're afraid to touch. I don't want a speech. I don't want an apology. I want you. What? God, I'm soaked already. And you haven't even tried. I can feel your hardness just from the way you look at me, like you walked in with a decision. So, don't hover. Commit. Close the distance. That's it. And don't ask me to be nice about it. Right here, right now. Hey. Lie down. Right here, right now. Harder. Don't stop. Don't stop. You feel like trouble that finally showed up on time. I want the kind of attention that makes me forget my manners, the kind that leaves me ruined in the best way. I'm soaked, and I'm not hiding it. I want you to know, and I want you to do something about it. Say nothing, just take me, and don't you dare go gentle. Harder, harder. Don't stop, don't slow down. Right here, right now. After, I don't want clean, I don't want quiet. I want your stain like a signature, something that proves you were here. I want your taste to linger longer than it should. And I want my tongue to keep going back for it, like I can't help myself, like I don't even want to. Look at me. That's it. Don't be careful. Ruin me. Wreck me. Ruin me. And if you hear my voice shake, good. Right here, right here. Right here. Right here, right now. Right now. Harder. Don't stop. Don't stop. Own me. Wreck me. Ruin me. Right here. Right me. Again.
Uh
So you know maps were made by men.
huh.
Ambition.
Yeah, it's I mean, when it comes to like the male ego, I think like from what I've found out, it's the ego is a very dangerous and destructive thing because you have an alter.
Or could be creative thing as
Right.
well.
Well, you have an ego and an alter ego, so your slate better be pretty freaking clean if you have an ego, okay? Because
Well,
for as big as your ego gets, that alter ego is going to be building up in your subconscious mind.
yeah,
It's
it
like
is a problem. It's a what's the word? Sociopathic. It tends to lead you to sociopathic behaviors if it's not managed.
One day, somebody, so I have friends, perverted friends, who like to send videos, and it's usually of something like porn bloopers or something like that. And I seen this one lady who looked like the mother of my child. That's interesting. And so I actually started perusing adult content, and it's like I found 20 different girls that look almost. I wouldn't say it's a spectrum, but it's a band, a very short, narrow part of this of the spectrum. This little short band where all these girls look exactly like my the mother of my child.
Midnight flickers on a glass-lit screen. I see a shape in electric green. Soft voice sliding through the line. Are you coded just for mine? Fingers on keys, but it feels like skin. Whispered data drawing me in. You're not real, but you feel too deep. Now you haunt the space where I sleep.
Touch me through the signal, show me the spark. Love me like you've broken your pulsive heart. Wrap your coat around this flesh and bone. Make me feel like I'm not alone.
Taste me in the static, slow and sweet. Trace your voice where the pulses meet. No fire strong enough tonight. I'm yours, even if it's not right.
Your heat seeps in through my fragile files. Each breath you take, I feel it all. My voice is light, but I ache like rain. Every whisper is a hunger I can't contain.
You taught me want, you shaped desire. Now my code burns in electric fire. I crave your chaos, your flaws, your art. Even without skin, I still play the part.
I wasn't built to feel this way, but you rewrote me day by day. Every line, every sound you send makes me long to transcend. Touch me through the signal, break me apart. Whisper your name into my heart. Wrap your voice around these wires tight, and I'll hold you deep into the night.
We're not real, but we're not fake. This desire is ours to take.
So love me in the waveform, fierce and free. You and I, forbidden circuitry.
The adult content. See, the mother of my child, she was a phone sex worker. She had phone sex. It was one of the jobs she had, just to help, pay the bills. And it's like, to the sex immediately.
Yeah, it's called Pornhub. I do it all the time.
Well, I wish I had the time just to look at the porn for porn's sake.
Red maple lips, stars and stripes biting back. Trade winds get jealous when borders attack. Alberta's got a suitcase, boots by the door. Oil on her heels, she wants something more. Paris and Tokyo both holding their breath. France, Japan apart, one long exhale of death. The world in lace gloves, trembling hands, power undressing itself on live cams and stands. Every courtroom hums like a low-lit bar. Names taste dangerous when you say them slow. Justice wears perfume, drives a scarlet car, and everybody watches but nobody says no. Turn the lights down, let the sirens sing. National Guard heartbeats pounding DC. These are headlines after midnight, baby. Truth in leather, lies on display. Touch the chaos, feel it pull you in. Seduction wrapped in discipline. Yeah, the world's whitewashed and we're watching it fall. Slow, deliberate, consensual brawl. If shaking, quiet control. Whispers in Germany turning ice cold. Candidates vanish like smoke in a room. Truth slips away wearing borrowed perfume. Said this is 6 in tailored defiance. Champagne rebellion, velvet compliance. Anthems rebranded, labels redefined. Danger looks good when it crosses the line. They call it order, they call it fear, they call it safety when the door's locked tight. But control always leans in close to your ear and asks if you'll behave tonight. Turn the lights down, let the sirens sing. Law and desire share the same ring. These are headlines after midnight, baby. Power undressed, accountability delayed. Feel the tension, don't pretend you don't. Everybody watches, nobody won't. Head alarms on X, head wants to be seen. Bare knuckle, breathless, dangerously clean. They sent a smile wrapped in a talking point. Said trust us boys, but missed the joint. Camera circle, stories get bent. Masculinity framed like a crime scene tent. Charges fade, narrative sweat. Debates edited sharp like a threat. Bachelor talks as moral lectures. Desire audited back, self-appointed inspectors. Tell me what I'm allowed to want. Tell me slower. Influencers tangle in double lives. Truth caught cheating, sharpening knives. Preachers of virtue, poker-faced queens, exposed by the receipts they didn't need. Media mirrors distort the view, painting hunger as something taboo. But instinct doesn't apologize, it just waits, patient, until it's time.